We are finally getting some brand new gameplay footage for the upcoming Marvel's Avengers. Of course, it's been a while since we got a full hands-on preview of the game, but Crystal Dynamics just confirmed that that is going to happen next month at the War Table event on June 24th, where they're going to show a ton of new gameplay and details on the current state of the game. Of course, we also have some brand new teasers and gameplay that I want to share with you guys, so let's jump right into it. And as always, a thumbs up on this video would be super awesome. I also want to give a huge shout out to Instant Gaming once more for being such a huge part of this channel. As you know, they've helped me organize a ton of giveaways in the past for you guys, but they also sell games at some of the cheapest prices you can find around. So if you also enjoy some really awesome gaming discounts, go ahead and check out their links in the description box down below. Anyway, let's begin with the announcement, and of course the Marvel's Avengers War Table has been scheduled to happen on June 24th, so less than a month at this point. And June is going to be a month filled with a ton of gameplay, a ton of new information and details on the entire gaming industry, and I cannot wait to see a lot of that, as well as like the footage for the upcoming PlayStation 5. Hopefully that's also gonna get revealed this June. Nonetheless, there's going to be a ton being shown at the War Table event, including some brand new trailers. We saw one with Iron Man right here, where we can see a number of his suits. Apparently there's going to be way more than these, and not just for him but for other characters as well. There's also going to be co-op gameplay being shown for the very first time. We did read about it for a year at this point, but I do want to see it in practice and see how it works, because this can make or break this game, since it is a huge part of it. And on top of that, we are also getting some brand new story missions, and I was actually really excited for these because we didn't know too much about this, and I kind of want to see the direction Crystal Dynamics is going with this game. And nonetheless, you were probably wondering, is this game still on track for that September release? And yes, Crystal Dynamics has confirmed that they are still scheduled to release the game on September 4th, as it was announced a few months ago. So it was basically a delay from May that we had initially to September, but there apparently isn't going to be a second delay, which actually means they're pretty confident with their current state of the game. Nonetheless, we do have some gameplay footage even in this teaser right here. I did manage to stabilize a ton of this footage, so I can like kind of break it down for you guys and go over some of the stuff that you can expect from this. So for example, we have a ton over here that is most likely going to be shown during that War Table event in much more detail, like many of these trailers, gameplay footage and whatnot. I was able to stabilize this one right here with Hulk, and apparently he is wearing the Ragnarok armor, and yes, that is going to be a part of the game. But apparently this is a cutscene from the game, and Hulk is bashing somebody in the head with this really big object. It could be that this is a cutscene that follows, like for example, a mission where you defeat a boss or a very threatening enemy, or it could be tied to a feature of the game that I would personally really love to see, which would be kind of like a Colosseum / arena style challenge combat, where you would go ahead, fight tough enemies, and this would be the cutscene that would go after that. And nonetheless, we do got some more gameplay footage going on right here. Again, this is very zoomed in, even more zoomed in than the previous one. This is probably from a mission, captured from an actual mission, and Hulk is going in, busting heads left and right, and there is an enemy outpost here where he is attacking enemies, so this could be one of those outposts that we can go in and drop into missions and go alone. But we do have a very interesting detail at one point that I really want to go over, which is this small little speck of yellow light on this corner of the screen. And the reason I'm saying that this is important is because I am pretty sure that this is how legendary drops are going to be represented in the game. So I'm fully convinced that whatever that item is a legendary drop, or at the very least some high quality item from one of these mobs. And yes, we do know that there's going to be a ton of RPG elements in the game. There's going to be a ton of item drops. A lot of the gear in the game is going to have different rarities, different types of bonuses and stats on them, so loot is going to be a huge part of Marvel's Avengers once it drops. Anyway, let's also go over the teaser footage that we got at the end, which is much higher resolution, so we can more than make up the details. But we can see Hulk fighting in what seems to be a large open area surrounded by a body of water, and jumping in and being surrounded by a ton of enemies. I really hope that we're gonna have a lot more open worldness than it was shown in the previous gameplay, even though the game isn't fully open open world, but rather like broken down sections. I hope that we can at least jump into water and maybe even like swim for a bit, though I kind of doubt that, depending on how this game is gonna be made. But it does seem very interesting, and I do like the environment. The game does look quite pretty. On top of this, we also have some gameplay footage of the levels, so this is what you can expect from the level design. There is both going to be open, large areas where we can go in and bring havoc and destroy everything and not be too constricted, but there's also interiors like bases, facilities, maybe even underground facilities where we will have to make do with the space we have, but it still seems to be very spacious and is gonna give us enough room to go in and deal all of our attacks, and even have enough room to also fly in these bases if these are any indication of what type of level we are going to get. This is it though with the details. Of course, there were a ton more in the teaser. I'm not gonna like bother with all of the small details, since the resolutions and the details on those images are very small and you can't really make up anything. This is it though for now. As always, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more of Marvel's Avengers, make sure you're subscribed, activate the notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next one.